We're live from London for the FACEIT Major, another day in the books and the last day of the Legends stage. Only 3 spots remain to get to the SSE arena, to the crowd, and to indeed the pride and prestige attached to the top 8 of the Major. You maintain Legends status should you win this game, and the rules have changed. It's best of 3s now as we step closer and closer to someone lifting that trophy and being crowned Major champion here in London. We've had so many stories so far, UK players writing history, both of which have qualified for the top 8, and now some of the legends are duking it out to try and make a name for themselves here in London. I'm joined by 2 beautiful people, and I'm going to introduce them now, Sean Gares and Chad Birchall. And gentlemen, I mean, when you look at the 3 best of 3s we have today, there's a fair share of surprises in one direction or the other.
The draw has been friendlier to other teams than some, and I think, you know, if you look at the MIBR versus NIP game, these guys both have shown good Counter-Strike over the entirety of this tournament. Unfortunately, MIBR got slammed last night 16-1, so maybe, you know...
16-0.
Don't give him the 1.
Where did that 1 come from?
I don't know. How did I forget that? I've been on the receiving end of 16-0s, and I never will forget those games.
No, you certainly don't.
But yeah, I think coming into today, all the matches have the potential to be really exciting and go 3 maps. It's just that last one to top it all off should be the clash, because both these teams, in my opinion, deserve to be in the arena.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough to see that MIBR NIP game. Who do you think is going to take it? Let us know on social media. It's easy to get involved in the conversation with everyone that's watching at home. Just use the hashtag FACEIT Major, and we can go ahead and start that conversation amongst yourselves. So, we're going to be jumping into this one. Before we do, I do just want to kind of navigate of what we saw yesterday. There was a 16-0, Sean, and Astralis kind of...
It's a good thing we all predicted for Astralis.
made a statement.
Because we would have gotten a lot of hate on Twitter if we did otherwise.
I couldn't imagine.
Could you imagine what those fans would do? Some fickle prediction between 2 good teams. Ha ha. Oh, the internet, man.
It's a wild time to be alive, but I think that game, it just shows that Astralis, when they want to put on their big boy pants and play proper Counter-Strike, can look amazing, because they have had some shakier results. Obviously, in the Challenger stage, they lost to Ninjas in Pyjamas on Mirage, and then they got that game against Liquid, which was a fantastic game of Counter-Strike. But when they want to play, they looked so well drilled and prepared yesterday. It was great.
Matt Jessica's been quoted in an interview saying, making history is always fun. So,
yeah, it's true.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look at the history we're making with our talent predictions. This is what people on the internet are getting upset about.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Hey, that's actually okay.
Hold up, so Dan's only winning by 3%.
Where does this 3%? I think he's got like...
That's only 1 game.
He's in cahoots.
Yeah, I think
he's in cahoots with the FACEIT guys making the graphic. He's always had 3% on us.
So he's only one game ahead of the majority of the pack. And we have 4 people tied for 67%.
This is very close.
Yeah, it's a tight-knit race.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So that means these last best of 3s are going to be...
Spicy meatballs.
Spicy meatballs, especially considering how close we considered at least one of them. Man, I'm looking at that first game. It's 2 top 20 teams, Fnatic and HellRaisers.
Yeah, it's weird that they're 2 top 20 teams, though, I guess, right? Because if you look at the way that Fnatic has been playing throughout this qualifier, it hasn't been the most beautiful Counter-Strike by any means. You know, they haven't really impressed in huge regards. Most of their victories have come against lower tier opponents in at least, you know, the majority of people's minds.
I think that's what I'm struggling with, is I can't really get excited about seeing Fnatic's name in Counter-Strike at the moment, just because Vega and Winstrike wins, cool. Now they've got HellRaisers, and it feels silly to say, but they're playing against the hardest team that they've played so far in the Major. It's HellRaisers.
Exactly, yeah. So Fnatic coming into this, I actually had high expectations for them. I mean, they were playing pretty well online, and they took FaZe out at E-League, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they did. So I had pretty good expectations coming into this for Fnatic, and they disappointed me a little bit. But I thought they looked all right yesterday against Na'Vi. Na'Vi was a very strong team, obviously, and once the second half got rolling, they couldn't really come back from that. But Crims has been the shining light for Fnatic, in my opinion. 1.27 rating throughout the entire event, so that's a good thing. That's what you want to see. Draken underperforming a little bit for what we'd expect out of him, but I mean, I could definitely see him having a good game today. Yeah,
and we're going to hear what they were saying coming into this game and coming into this Major. It's the Fnatic boys first.
I don't know. It's hard with a new team in the beginning, and I think me, for myself personally, I think I've got my confidence back. I think I lost it, but I think it's back now, and I feel really good in game.
The biggest thing is like the standard play, and yeah, we need to fix a deeper map pool and tactic book, I guess.
I mean, you have to find your, what do you call it, inner peace or something like that in your team, and find your bros and learn to trust in each other when you play the game. That plays a huge part of it. So
I think I've changed a lot in how I want to call and how we want to play for this event. We have changed some positions as well and stuff like that, so we have mixed things up, and I think it's better now.
It certainly doesn't inspire a lot of confidence hearing from the boys from Fnatic, calling themselves a new team, which I think a pinch of salt certainly does need to be applied. Yes, Exist is in the roster. Yes, Draken is in the Fnatic jersey, but this is still a roster that we have seen now in various iterations for time after time at the moment, unable to put their best foot forward. A best of 3 for survival now for Fnatic, and it's not like they don't have the right tools to win a high-pressure scenario. In fact, Sean, I think you were talking about this before. When the pressure gets going, so do Fnatic.
Yeah, the Fnatic is one of those teams you can trust to come through in big games, especially against inexperienced players that are known to crumble in these scenarios. People like Crims, JW, Flusha, Exist. They've been here. They've been in these high pressure situations. I mean, Flusha with that crazy best of 5 against FaZe that he pulled through for them. These are players that are not going to back down in high-pressure situations.
Yeah, there's no more pressure than an elimination game at the Major.
Yeah, if we look at the context of these guys within the tournament, like Sean was saying, Crims has been the most consistent figurehead, and this is the chance for the other members who have that experience to step up right now and really show what they're worth, because if they don't, their map pool is very shaky versus a team like HellRaisers. That's a big problem for these guys coming into this. They were discussing their map pool in that video, and it is something when I've kind of drafted up a couple of veto options that doesn't look like it can go in their way if HellRaisers play Brave and float that nuke pick, or nuke ban, sorry, within the veto system. So they need the individuals to step up and have what these guys have always had is chemistry of that core, the way they play off each other in the mid-round situation, similar to that of a FaZe. They were never praised for being hugely tactical and playing people like chess. Even when Pronax was in the roster, it was more about the mid-round decision-making and calling, as opposed to anything groundbreaking in terms of strats or tactical innovation.
Yeah, and going up against them is kind of the stark contrast / opposite of Fnatic. Sure, there's some experience there. It's HellRaisers who we'll be talking about next.
Major. It's the biggest tournament of the year, pretty much.
I mean, like, everyone asking, what is the Major? And every time I'm saying that it's the most important tournament for any cyber sportsman. Like, you achieve the most biggest goal in your life, probably.
For everyone is like preparing for it pretty hard. Everyone wants to win it, of course. Our main goal for this Major is to be get to the legend spot, yeah. And after winning the Major, of course, yeah.
That legend spot seems to be where they're setting their sights upon. We've seen HellRaisers climb through the Challenger stage. They've been here in London now for 2 weeks, and their journey can stop here, or it can take them to Wembley. One game of Counter-Strike separates it, and it is players like Woxic and Issa who you're seeing fragging now on your screens that are going to have to be able to replicate performances like that in a high-pressure scenario.
And one of whom had that high-pressure scenario yesterday and crumbled, while the other stood up and delivered. Issa was his normal self yesterday against Big. He was putting up a lot of frags on the board. A lot of the rounds that they won were based off his individual multi-kills, whereas Woxic didn't have a lot of impact with the AWP, and you can't go missing in big games, especially if you want to get that top 8 position. And that is a problem because, like I said, I think they have the advantage in the map pool, but if you look at these guys and their matches and their wins they've had, it's not like Issa and Voxic have been the top 2 carrying and everyone else has kind of just been trickling in. You've actually needed everybody to contribute, and that's based off how close these matches have been. Statistically, in a lot of the games, Bondic and Deadfox, at least in the victories, have been up towards the top of the rankings if you're just looking at numbers, and that just shows their impact in these close matches.
Yeah, it's definitely good to not get stuck in the same repetition of those stars. Sure, they can have high highs, but it is the players like Deadfox, Bondic, and Angel who are providing the bread and butter frags that you need to win a game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, indeed they have, and we saw Angel with that ace clutch right there against Gambit. And yeah, they've been needed across the majority of their maps, because HellRaisers has played a lot of maps so far in their major run, unlike Fnatic. They've played maps like Train, Dust 2, Overpass, I'm not sure if they've played Mirage yet,
I don't think we've seen it yet.
but
You haven't seen a HR.
we could see it today. And they statistically do play Inferno as well. So they have a much deeper map pool than a team like Fnatic.
One of their big issues, especially in the best of ones, has been pistols throughout the tournament. They have, or at least this second phase of the tournament, they have the tied for second worst pistol stats at only 25% of their games winning the pistols. So that's not fantastic. Whereas Fnatic have 62.5% there towards the top of the pack.
Okay, winning your pistol against Fnatic is obviously going to be giving you a huge boost, and so will this head-to-head. It's brought to you by The Predator, which is in cinemas now. We chose Flusher and Issa. Now, Chad, do you want to explain your working?
I think Flusher purely on the fact that he can be so clutch and does show up in the big games, right? He is a big game player. Sure, this isn't a stage environment. Sure, there's no crowd right now, but the pressure in this situation is immense. Issa, this is the first time for him really playing under these conditions. This is their last chance now. Yesterday, he was still performing, but this is do or die territory here, and if he can live up to that potential, he's cemented himself 150% as a star fragger out there.
100%, and that was of course brought to you by The Predator. But outside of those two names who we've talked about for the last 2 weeks, what I do want to do is just start to understand some win conditions for both of these sides. They are about to clash in the server, of course. Before we get those vetoes, I guess maybe get the maps, then your win conditions. Would that help your decision making?
Well, I was just thinking, because what I saw out of the guys from HellRaisers yesterday, their strats on the T side was just throw the smokes and go. It didn't seem like they were trying to play tactical chess, and the same can be said for Fnatic. Those guys, I don't think, have that depth to be able to force and tendencies and conditioning. But Fnatic banning Overpass, I think that's smart. I think HellRaisers can float the nuke ban as well. This can be a second phase ban for both teams.
Yeah, I think HellRaisers either goes with the nuke or the Overpass ban, like you said. I'm sorry, the Inferno ban. They could float the nuke ban.
Yeah, that's
they
smart.
Do.
This
that
is
is
good.
a very smart
You
play
have
by
to be
HellRaisers.
aggressive in the veto here if you're HellRaisers, right? They definitely have the depth. The problem is they don't have the experience, so they need to make sure that Fnatic are as uncomfortable as humanly possible.
Okay, so Mirage is Fnatic's choice. We haven't seen HellRaisers Mirage, as Sean observed. Fnatic, we've seen them play it already.
So they can pick like Dust 2, they could pick Keish, they're pretty good on. I think, after Train yesterday, they might steer clear of that.
Ooh!
That makes
Dust
sense,
2.
right? This is a map that Fnatic must be able to play because it's just it's
They did play FaZe at E-League, and they beat FaZe actually 16-14. Crim's had a monster game.
He certainly did, and we've seen HellRaisers play G2 here in London. It was an overtime loss. Nuke now banned in the second phase. Fnatic's turn to ban. We'll see what that third map will be. They've been given the choice.
all right. Yeah,
Gosh.
I'm
That's
surprised.
a good middle map between the two teams.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't go to Train just purely because yesterday HellRaisers didn't offer up a lot, but that just shows Fnatic maybe not feeling too confident in their own Train. And yeah, that's a map that could go either way. You get control of the economy there. You just start hitting those bomb sites. It can be hugely difficult to stop a team with momentum.
Ironically, I was sitting eating breakfast with Bjorn this morning, and he said that Fnatic was talking a lot about Inferno and Train. So
Neither map.
yeah, neither map.
Neither map, but they were given the choice in the third. Perhaps they didn't want that Train. Do you knife for sides on the third here?
Yeah, yes, usually
Yeah,
that would be the case in a third map decider. I think something we haven't stated is if Fnatic don't qualify here for the top 8, that'd be the first time that this organization has not made the top 8 at a major. And Crims as well has made the top 8 at every major. So for
He's
him,
one of the few.
I think it's just him and Olaf left now. So there's a lot on the line for them, at least pride-wise. But if you follow the social medias, you'll see Crims making a tweet in the early hours of last night saying, it sucks to play with negative vibes. I'm paraphrasing a little bit there, but
a bit of paraphrasing.
that's basically the sentiment.
It does suck to play with negative vibes, but there's no negative vibes from our caster desk, and they are always chirpy chappies. It's Jason Moses O'Toole and Anders Bloom. Hello, you cartoon characters. How you doing?
Hey, mate. Good. I really liked that sidestep chat. That was good.
I liked Anders' little kind of nodding, bobbling
sidestep do I
bobblehead.
do?
Anders is like a living bobblehead. It was
That's it. I've been
yeah.
looking for that for so long. Anders is a bobblehead.
Yeah, it was the paraphrasing chat. You really sidestepped that issue. You walked right around.
I literally actually took a step before I came on camera as well, so I wasn't sure how you saw that. I was like, is he in the room?
Right,
see
Jed,
everything.
you know what time it is, I admit that even when you saw the bookkeeper's odds, it is dead even 50-50 from their eyes, and I imagine from yours.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a big question mark with how they're going to show up to play, but I'm taking Fnatic. I'm taking Fnatic in this one. I'm going to trust the old guard. I'm going to trust these boys. They were my dark horse pick for a team that can go deep into the playoffs. Admittedly looked better before the major began, but, what can you do about that?
And I think I'll leave you till last, Anders, because you've usually got some goals. Chad.
I like what I've seen from HellRaisers, especially the individuals, Issa and Voxic, and I think that this is the chance for them to prove that they can do this and break that mental blockade and break into the tier 1s.
I like it. HellRaisers for Chad, Sean.
Everyone go HellRaisers. That's my jersey.
Everything about logical CS says pick HellRaisers. They have the map veto in, and they have the better player so far, but I'm going Fnatic just based on experience.
Okay, another for Fnatic. I think that this game is a nice little microcosm for the new Counter-Strike breed and the old clashing. And I think it's the new's turn to take over. And I think HellRaisers is going to win this one. And I think we're going to see Crim's record broken.
Wow, you just kind of got
symmetry. Symmetry, Anders.
You want to make it look pretty? You want to make it look pretty?
Yeah.
I want to, but I'm not gonna. Everything says HellRaisers in my head too, but I'm going for a similar line of thought as to the one that Sean was just elaborating on. So Fnatic for me as well. I don't know. I can't really defend it very well. I just hope today's going to be a different day for the team.
You can. It's Fnatic. That's the defense.
That's a pretty fair defense.
The classic Fnatic.
Yeah. All right, Jason, Anders, we're going to leave with you.
That makes me so happy to hear all of us who picked Fnatic do that, because that is the stereotypical Fnatic, is like, they have no business winning this game.
Yeah.
They have looked like garbage. They haven't been great. Individually they seem to step down, but for some reason you just get that feeling that this is the game where they step it up. And I mean, what these are some of the last guys I think that have made every single Legend stage. Fnatic's been in every single top 8 of the Major, I should say. And this would be the first time they'd get knocked out in the history of the Majors.
Yeah, there's been some history making already going on here, but I really don't know. I just feel like they have been playing so much on the level, and maybe they can't recover that level. Maybe there is no way back for them, but if there is, and this is the game where they're doing it, I think it could be quite a shock to HellRaisers. Like, these guys are definitely better than what they've been showing us so far.
Yeah.
It's even almost seems like a little bit of a miracle that they've made it this far into the Legend stage, right? Like, they haven't been looking that great. So I just gotta hope that that's gonna change right now. And I mean, they have the chance of a best of 3 that could also get them warmed up. I imagine especially Woxic and Isa are not gonna need much warming up. They're just so hungry and so ready to play this game. It's really great to watch.
Yeah, those guys have been absolutely incredible throughout this tournament. It's been a lot of fun to watch, especially, I mean, you have that like emotional connection with Woxic, who, you know, has had all those visa issues over the time at different tournaments. So to see him playing at this level here is really awesome. Either way, deciding best of 3, loser goes home, winner moves on. Fnatic taking on HellRaisers, and we're live into that first map. It is going to be Mirage, followed up was Dust 2, and then Cash would be the deciding map, but we'll see if we even get there, and the aggression already as exists pushed under pass.
Good little Molotov there to make sure that the window is blocked off, and Flusher is going to be falling back fairly quickly. Does not want to take much of that fight. Draken almost getting run down. Dead Fox will go down in that mix, but still, that's a lot of people to try and stop with just one USP. So now they got window control. What are they going to do with it? JW, very dangerous if they try and jump him, but he's got a little bit of back. Oh my god, that's a mid-air shot from Woxic. Need to see the replay of that from his point of view. Crims is taking down Angel. This is still an incredibly strange round. 3-on-3, and now they're jumping back out the middle. This is... I don't even know if we can analyze this one any longer. This is very odd.
They're boxed in, though. Flusha won't let him get out the murder hole. Crims watching from Catwalk, and JW's flanking around towards A ramp, so they're going to have everything covered. And actually, if HellRaisers go towards the A bomb site, they're going to be in for a really tough time. They would love to find one more kill, and JW, oh, he's going to be in Palace. This is a beautiful flank, a beautiful play. They can be aware of it. Here's JW, the timing. Bondic jumps up and spots it, and there's the Goosh. That's huge. It's going to be all on Crims. He's got the only HP, and there's no kit.
Yeah, very tricky. He got spotted from jungle, I think, before he even went for that peek. So, quick communication coming out there. A little bit of a look-see for Crims. I think he did see Woxic, but he's already backed off. There's no smoke and no kit, as you said. So, this is going to be very, very difficult to try and get this retake in, and Crims is looking for it. Great shot from Woxic, great follow-up. That's a quad kill, and now JW, the only one left. Woxic looking for the ace in the pistol round. He's not going to get it, but I think time is running out no matter what here for JW, so it's a great couple of kills. He's going to tap the bomb a single time, but I think he just doesn't have it, and Bondic will take him down. Even if not, there just wasn't going to be that much time left on that bomb, so job well done for HellRaisers in spite of a just a very weird and awkward start, and that is a great kill.
It's phenomenal, and Exist kind of got baited a little bit because JW was the one who had been spotted and was kind of falling away, and They didn't even realize there were 2 players underneath the window. We are, just as a heads up, investigating the sound issues. You heard it on the replay, but I think now we've got it in the actual gameplay, so cool stuff.
Yeah.
That was a fun little piss round. It's like in the movies when they don't play any music behind the action. It gives you that intensity.
It did a little bit, especially with all the chaos that was happening in the window room. Don't often get to see that kind of a pistol round. Double scout, a couple of grenades, some upgraded pistols here. Fnatic have more or less gone all in on this round. Oh, that was very close.
All in on this A bomb site as well. 4 players here to begin. Krim's now rotating off with that 1 scout. JW's got the other one at the B bomb site. And we saw Simple do damage at this range towards Catwalk yesterday when they started moving up. We'll see if Krims is up to the task as well. Tags are huge, even if he doesn't get the kill. Misses that initial one, but now they know where the scout is. There goes Draken, and there goes JW. So I think the danger is pretty much forced away, unless anything incredible happens. But HellRaisers should be able to take this one. Just standard mid control. Exist all alone, can only get the 1.
Yeah, good enough try. Bit of an off angle, kind of hard to see him coming in. Flasher hoping that someone pushes CT spawn, so maybe he could get a kill, pick up a rifle. They're going to double peek him though, and jumping around the corner, he does actually get the kill. Tag followed up by Krims, but if he wants to save the scout, no, he's not even going to be able to. Watch it coming through the murder hole. So, HellRaisers, good adjustment and a good round, only losing 2 people.
Yeah, really good beginning. 5 kills for Woxic in these first 2. That is the interesting thing coming into this, is that tweet that's just, you know, it's not good playing with the negative vibe, which you know, we know Fnatic have had to kind of go through those struggles in the past, and they've always been able to overcome them. But still, I mean, if it comes into this, you know, this best of 3, that's one of those things where you just have to sit down and say, listen, guys, we can't have that environment that we had yesterday. It has to be all positivity, all belief. As silly and as kind of wishy-washy as that sounds, you don't want to be arguing with your teammates when your major life is on the line.
Absolutely not. And I mean, they do have Khan here from Fnatic, so maybe he can help them out a little bit. Obviously got years of experience playing at a high level.
I was going to say, he's got a bit of experience.
Yeah. There could be something there that they can draw upon, maybe try and get rid of some of that. A bit of a failed Molotov. That actually probably would have killed Draken, who's been a little bit active on Twitter, embracing the
I would say so.
the nature of Fnatic in that sense.
And it seems Fate has given him his chance. Set him up against pretty much every single CIS team we have in the event.
It's very true, isn't it? I do love it, though. I think it's great. I like the idea of a little bit of rivalry. Why not try and be a bit active on social media? Make it interesting.
We need a villain.
Exactly.
And I'm fine if he wants to take that mantle.
It's what Fnatic do, isn't it?
I mean, I do think the situation was pretty overblown as well.
Oh, definitely. But that is also, I think, almost a tradition by now, isn't it? So can't walk away from that. Woxic with 8-1 in the first 3 rounds. That is pretty good, but I mean, it can change. Dead Fox is at 0-0-1, so it's a little bit hard to draw too much out of the first 3 rounds when you win the pistol.
Yeah. Well, you can draw something out of this. Double op setup right off the back. Flusha and Draken with the AWPs. Light on utility, no kits, and light on head armor. Thankfully, HellRaisers upgraded that MAC-10. That could have been so deadly. So they don't want to mess around with the bonus round. They want to go right into the heavy weaponry. Draken spends a lot of time in the flames there. That's not ideal. And Woxic is going to find the pick on Exist. One of the ops not in that position. He's going to follow it up, but JW, a good recovery. Got the assist from Exist, and now he's gotten into a new corner.
Yeah, he spent a lot of grenades in a position where he wasn't. He almost overextends. That's very dangerous, and he will go down to Dead Fox, picking up his first kill. Not bad at all. 3 versus 4 here. Fnatic should think about saving this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 1 kill. That can be very tricky, because you could bait your whole team into actually trying for the retake now when you get that early kill. Long-range fight, and Iza, that's a great recovery. Tapping right after that. He almost panicked a bit, taking down Krims, and now this is really odd. Now the AWPs are locked in. Iza around the corner. He's going to get one of the ops away. This is a huge round suddenly for HellRaisers.
What a flank for Isa. That is beautiful. He's even going to find Draken, I think. Draken would have to be very aware of the possibility. Not even close. Great triple kill. Shutting down that retake. The problem for Fnatic is that B-hit comes in so fast. If you're the rotators getting over there, and especially with a double op setup, you have to get out of that market and you have to get into the site if you're actually going to make a play for the site.
Yeah, this is how Exist dies. So he got shot in the window in the pistol round, right?
Yeah.
And this time he was jumping again.
Yeah, 2 kills while you're in the air. That doesn't feel good, does it? And what a brutal round to land that shot. If you're HellRaisers, that is just a dagger.
Great beginning, though. 4-0 in their favor, moving into round number 5. And we're back at some upgraded pistols. It's not a bad grenade down into underpass. And Angel managed to recover the first one, almost gets the follow-up kill, but at least something going the way of Fnatic. Softening up the economy a little bit. Still going to be very hard to win the round, and Bondic will find that no problem. So rifle still going to be hard to pick up in the middle there for Fnatic.
That's the real heartbreak. They haven't been able to salvage any of those weapons, and Isa's actually still doing a great job of lurking, just like that previous round, towards this A bomb site. He's got the angle in Palace to see if anyone falls back into it. He can pop out and peer towards CT spawn. Teammates, Dead Fox and Woxic rotating back around, picking up the bomb through T-spawn. This is going to be tough for Fnatic. They still have a chance here, obviously, if they catch him off guard, and I think... Oh, you almost want to feel Draken and Flusha sticking together. Flusha low HP with the Deagle. There's Draken needs that win. He's not going to get it close up, and the Deagle is not great for this position, but he's got the first and not the second. Dead Fox shuts him down, and JW might as well go for it in a 1-on-2, even if you only have a pistol.
CSET 75. He works at all ranges for every task available. Almost getting that one. Recommitting against Isa. Is he out of bullets now?
Yeah, that's not ideal.
He's going to pick up a USP instead. That's a bit of a problem. He doesn't get that. Oh my god, he gets the headshot anyway. Dead Fox around the corner. He's going to pull out the pistol instead. That is a smart choice. That was incredibly close. 41 health. He could have been down instantly. Well then.
Yeah, that'll put you on the edge of your seat. JW almost clutching it out with the USP. Had his chance, actually. If he'd gotten a kill with that CZ on that first peak, that was very, very doable. But either way, HellRaisers just ringing them across the map. Single up on Draken now. Flush it back to the M4. They've got 2 kits. They've got plenty of utility, and Fnatic need to get started right now.
Yes, they do. The best beginning for them here on the CT side. See if they can slow it down a little bit now and put some pressure back on HellRaiser. Let's look at this aggressive push. This is just so much map control immediately.
Yeah, Fnatic need to start doing a better job of controlling mid, or at least putting up some kind of a fight, slowing this down. HellRaisers with cat, mid, and connector control for over a minute in this round. JW is going to get picked. Great angle holding by Woxic, and JW really got baited into taking that fight. Really, really wanted it. This is just too much control for HellRaisers. And now, I mean, look, the B bomb set exists all alone. No one's even rotated over. Draken's on his way now, but there's a timing there that HellRaisers really could have punished this defense.
Angel could be making the jump into window. Would be a little bit of a risk at this point in the game. Under a minute now. Very scattered defense. If Draken could get the shot as they cross across the window here in the apartments, maybe there's a way. It's not going to be easy, and now a little bit of noise being made in A. Looks like everyone's going to stand their ground. Bondic up there. One overstep, and he's definitely going to be in trouble. Very close, and now he at least knows there's a guy in window. They're going to be creeping up, and Draken still got this lineup. Big fight for Crims to be winning. A little bit of a grenade in. There's Draken picking off Isa. That's not bad at all. Dead Fox trying to make the entry. I think he got dinked in the last bullet in that spray, and tapping away his Exist. That's some great control. Really well done. Double kill for Exist, and now Dead Fox in a 1 versus 3. Could still make it expensive, but he's going to get shot in the back by Flusha. So Fnatic picking up their first round here, the best of 3. That's at least a start.
It's much needed, and even with 3 players surviving, that's going to be good. Great job by Exist. Almost a shame he falls at the end. This is good awareness from Crims, realizing he's being wrapped upon. A cool idea from HellRaisers. Not always going to be able to fool him. And this one right here, this control tapping away as you're running out of bullets, and just finally gets it. Back to the double op setup, but Fnatic really need to do something about mid. You are not going to have a great time if you continue to give that mid control over to HellRaisers so easily and so quickly in this game. Someone needs to put a stop to it. Crimson connector at the moment. That AK-47 double op, you would prefer one of those ops to actually take the fight. This time it's JW and Draken, not Flusha. No pressure from HellRaisers. They feel like they've had enough of a presence there to kind of simulate mid control and a mid presence. Back to A we go.
It's a very lethal boost going on the B-bomb side, Moses.
I don't think it's going to see any action this time.
No, probably not. But I appreciate the fact that they tried it.
Yeah. A for effort. You get one of them gold stars. The utility that HellRaisers had, they used a lot to fake the mid control. So they only have 1 smoke at the moment. I don't know where they're going to put it, but Draken should be able to find an angle to make this work.
He's very exposed. I mean, there is someone there, and that's a big kill for Flusha, almost turning it around. Crims will take a kill on Angel, but immediately refragged by Dead Fox. Still a 3-on-3. The bomb will go down. The smoke fades in the middle, which is going to be very scary when you're Dead Fox putting down that bomb, but there's nobody there to actually get rid of him, so good chance here. Bondik with a smoke left. There is a smoke and a Molotov as well on JW and a lot of defuse kits, so we'll see if they can retake this. If Fnatic get reset right now, that would be beautiful for HellRaisers. I would love to see that. Draken's got a good lineup here, trying to see if he can maybe stop Woxic from peeking back in. They're running out of time pretty quickly right now. Very, very slow. Draken goes down. Dead Fox is going to win the fight, and that is going to cancel out any chance of a retake here.
That's heartbreaking. Draken and CT Spawn just got pinned down. I mentioned HellRaisers only had one smoke for that hit. Well, they used Woxic's AWP exactly like a smoke. As soon as Draken misses that shot and gets back into cover towards the ticket booth, Woxic has him pinned down for the rest of the round, and he cannot contribute to the fight. He cannot get into the action while his teammates fall over towards Connector. That is tough to swallow if you're Fnatic. Flush has got plenty of money for a buy, but there's really nothing else that you can write home about. This is a great T-side from HellRaisers.
Yeah, they're off to a fantastic beginning.
This is just, it feels like it's not the Fnatic that we wanted to see, if, you know, especially for having predicted them, but this is a Fnatic that's playing almost, I don't want to say scared, but like just passive. HellRaisers have a lot of space everywhere they go.
Yeah, I mean, especially on an individual basis, we're used to seeing some of these players with a lot of flex in, like, in a 3v3 like that. You'd see, you know, people flashing and jumping their way through. Like,
part of it is the double ops in that 3v3.
Yeah.
You want those rifles to be the ones who are making those kind of really dynamic plays, and just not a lot of utility use. I mean, JW had all those nades that he has right now. He had them in the previous round for the retake, but, you know, being stuck in towards jungle and towards window room, there's not a whole lot of great places that you can use them to kind of help your team, which is unfortunate. But force buy here for the Fnatic side.
Look at the fast smokes being thrown. Those are going to land by catwalk, so one smoke. They're not going to stop because they already committed the utility for it. Exists close range here with the UMP. Can't see a single thing. That's a beautiful flashbang. But all of this is just incredible right now. That smoke blocking off anyone coming in from the other direction, although they're all rotating through the market right now. And they're going to go for the bomb plant immediately. 4-on-4, and again, they invested everything into this run, Fnatic. If they lose these two AWPs, one of them was saved from the previous round, but still, you don't want to give this away. They can hold this down for quite a while. There's another Molotov even on Bondik, so
I think they got to give this up.
Yeah.
I know it's tough, and I don't think they want to, and I think that might be what decides them. But yeah, now they're starting to back away. Flusha, Crims, and this is almost more frustrating than going for these retakes and losing when you realize you just don't even have a chance to attempt to win the round.
that's a lot. There's a lot of versatility in the calling right now for HellRaisers, right? We've had some of those mid takes that have been good. Now we see a B-rush called from spawn with the assisted smokes. It's just all really cool.
This is why, though, if you're Fnatic, you really had to shut down some of that mid play that was happening early on, because this is everything's building upon that now. Because HellRaisers, you know, with so much success that was able to come from those, you know, Fnatic has to be kept honest, because they're just saying we have to have some players watching mid, we have to have some players fighting mid. And now that's when you're kind of seeing Exist all alone at that B bomb site by himself at the beginning for that kind of a rush.
They do look like a team that's sort of very much playing inside of their own heads at the moment, right? Where it's like, you know, they haven't really managed to break through. That almost clutch from JW, maybe if that had worked, that could have like inspired the team a little bit. But they probably do need something like that, like a little bit of fun on their side. HellRaisers are having just a great time in this game. Good shot there on JW. Could have easily been a kill. Draken trying to see if he could hunt him down, and Woxic just trying to keep it alive with the scope. He's going to miss the opportunity and will be going down. Not the follow-up, though. Isa there to revenge and make sure nobody steals any AWPs.
That's all right, though. Thin it out a little bit. I like that trade from Draken, getting aggressive, putting some pressure on Woxic for perhaps the first time in this map.
Yeah.
You got one of those ops and connector peering towards underpass. JW's pretty passive with his and market. Doesn't want to take too much damage, only 19 HP, and the rest of HellRaisers not quite moving yet. Still far back on the map. Angel and Isa over towards the A bomb site. There's going to need to be more presence here if they want to hold this off. Those ops, I think Flush is going to get blocked by a smoke. They've got two of them.
Yeah, he would have to challenge by that ticket booth, maybe. Bondik is certainly setting up for it, so he could jump up and try and see if he could look over it. I mean, at this point, why not do it? Yeah, he's immediately going to challenge it. Oh, close range there for Crims. Bondik going for the refrag and good crouch underneath. Flusha just doubling up on the aggression, and I don't see why not. Middle, could have been a kill for Exist, and it isn't. And I think, again, 2 versus 3. You could try and look for it. JW solo on health from that early engagement. The bomb is going to be going down once again, and they need these orbs. They're not going to be able to save that one. And now it's a 1-on-3 with 19 health.
They had every opportunity to win this round, Fnatic. If you're going to be investing in the double ops, you better make damn sure that those players are going to be hitting the shots. Those are shots you do not normally see missed, even by, you know, Flusha and JW. JW obviously kind of gone away from the AWP once Draken has joined the roster, but known for his opping throughout history. So, I mean, those are shots that need to be hit that a kill on Exist. They had everything they wanted. They just missed the frags. And that perhaps might be the scariest aspect of this 8-1 lead for HellRaisers. Individually, Fnatic not stacking up at the moment.
They are definitely not, but you know, just from a leading perspective right now, with like an IGL perspective, HellRaisers is doing a great job at the moment. Angel's only got 3 kills, but it doesn't really matter right now. He's out calling Fnatic. I mean, there's obviously the individual aspect of it, but I really like what they're doing in this first half. HellRaisers, Flusha going to be going down, not loving any of that. JW is going to be next in line. Bondik having just a great time in middle. Quad kill for him on 11 health, and they just offered themselves up one at a time, Moses. No backup, no nothing.
That's going to be the easiest round of HellRaisers' life. They're going to be so happy with that.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do anything. They just sat back at the top mid, and Fnatic came to them, missed everything. That's not a fight with a UMP you're going to love if you're Flusha, and just too many bodies for Fnatic to handle. And I mean, if the idea is to be some kind of a timed mid crunch,
we like those.
Yeah, we do like those. That
but
was
timed is there's a key word in that sentence, Moses.
Teamwork, timed, you know, coordinated. All those were missing. Yeah. That was a pretty piss poor attempt at it.
9-1 HellRaisers. I mean, sure, that was like a bit of an easier round, but I really feel like we've seen teams in the past get kind of stuck on T side Mirage when you sort of run out of ideas, and I feel like this has been like 10 rounds in a row for HellRaisers where they haven't been lacking in ideas. They've been responding well to whatever they run into, right? They've been fast when they needed to. They slowed it down when they got pushed in apartments in that previous round, right? Like they sort of slowed down and make sure they don't make any mistakes. It's like really good diversity going on here on for Angel.
Yeah, and we do love that.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, it also helps that Fnatic just not playing up to their level. As we've kind of outlined at times throughout this event.
I'm just trying to make sure, Moses, that we can, you know, prop
up HellRaisers as well as, you know, we can do both. Is what you're saying?
That's what I meant, or at least just, you know, make it not so sad. I think that's what I'm just. It's early in the morning, you know. I
didn't know you to be an optimist.
I am. I thought you realized that. Always look on the bright side, Moses.
All right, I'll remember that. Next time you complain about not having pizza at 9 a.m.
That is a recurring problem in my life. Yeah. Listen, we'll discuss it later, Moses.
We'll put it in the contracts from now on.
In the future, maybe I'll get some of your cheese wheels and we can have a.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Have a real party going on.
Slices of Swiss cheese.
So a couple of HE grenades being purchased here. It might have been some sort of tech issue.
Yeah, I believe so. It was a tactical pause turned, I would assume, technical, and now I think we're underway. Freeze time is winding down. Exist still being vocal. Drake and chatting a little bit.
They do just look, I mean, as well. I know we shouldn't be trying to read body language because
you never know. I mean,
you never know.
You're going to say they look defeated? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, they just look like sort of hunched over a little bit like...
Yeah, but Fnatic guys always look like that historically. Like that doesn't tell us anything. They've always looked defeated until someone gets, you know, a ridiculous triple kill with one magazine of a CZ.
Yeah, that's the key part that we're missing, isn't it?
Some of that Fnatic magic.
Exactly. The dark magic. Well, round number 11. Problems have been sorted out. Draken hoping to taser someone in the feet.
Or the balls.
Yeah, that would probably work, wouldn't it?
That would definitely work.
Feel no urge to continue a fight after that happens.
I give up. Please just no more.
Don't tase me, bro. Classic video, isn't it?
Classic memes. HellRaisers being very slow and cautious, taking mid-control, walking their way up catwalk. Just one smoke in towards the window, and Now they're going to turn this corner, and unfortunately the rest of Fnatic is all the way on the other side of the map. Draken still has his chance.
Jump for it, Draken. Like
I double dog dare you.
This is not working out well. So just go for the highlight. It's worth it. Reddit will love it. It's definitely worth it. Oh, there it is. Seagull's returned. He picked up the AK and gets the kill on Iza. It's not bad at all for Draken. It's a good effort. Getting another kill in here. Somehow Fnatic actually looking good in this round. That is a great shot from Woxic. And a great follow-up, taking down Exist as well. Bringing it back into a 2-on-2. And Woxic is just such a fun player to watch. Every single time. He's going to go for the bomb plant now. Flusher sneaking on in. Running, in fact, with a Deagle. The bomb has been planted, but still, he gets the kill with the Deagle. And now Angel in a lot of trouble here. 1 versus 2. Down on the low ground. There's so much time left on that bomb. They know where he is now, and immediately he wants to know where the other player is. Going to be on it, and it's a JW kill at the end. So one of those unlikely rounds that Fnatic do end up winning.
Yeah, there we are.
It's very late, but
there's that dark magic. Flusha, that's a huge play on the flank. He had to time that sprint perfectly when he hears the bomb goes down. And if Woxic had faked the plant, if he had been just a half second later and Woxic was able to get into cover, that wouldn't have worked and that would have failed. It started here. I actually thought Draken, once this AK just falls into his arms, that is straight out of an action movie. A nice follow-up kill as well. Thought he would be able to maybe get one more, but that could be the turning point. We'll see if Fnatic has anything in him to claw this back, because they can actually grind this money down pretty quick from the HellRaiser side. They had it low earlier. Back to the double op setup for Fnatic, which hasn't been great for them. Oh, nade Molotov combo. How does he get that? How does he get that one on Crims?
He's just such a beast, isn't he? This is the kind of spirit you want to play the game with, right? Where you just, you know it from spawn. You envision that in your mind. You just say, I am just going to go for it.
I am going to get this one kill.
Yeah.
I mean, even most people, when they see the Molotov coming in, they just say, no, I'll back off. I'll take like the hit of like 30 HP from the grenade or whatever it is, and I'm just going to live. It just gives a nice one tap standing in the flames.
Crim's not going to be happy about any of that.
That's a death slam.
It is. Flusher alone on the bomb site and up close, so if he goes down, there's going to be absolutely no warning, and he's going to peek around the corner, instantly gone, and they might as well save the rest here. I mean, Draken could try, but he's probably going to get smoked off, and as soon as that happens, there's almost no way that they can get back into this round. 3 versus 4. They have some utility, but again, they need the kills right now. Angel hovering around a little bit in the middle. Bomb is much delayed in this plant. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they don't know how control they have. JW, that's actually a leg shot on Angel. Somehow HellRaisers are being maybe just a little bit too slow. That's given a chance. He does make the jump into the window. Scary moment there. 3 on 3. Fnatic, do they have what it takes to try and go for this one? He knows that Angel's in here somewhere. Exist gonna find him. That's a good kill. Still a 2 on 3. And Woxic with this AWP. They have smokes. They can block him off, but they need to be incredibly quick about it. No time for slowing down here. Bondik rotating into the middle, wants to go for the late clutch. And Woxic instantly picking up the kill on Drake. And now, can they grenade him out? Can use the smoke shit. Exist going to win that fight. And Bondik, is he going to be there in time? 1 second left. It's so close. But Fnatic will get the defuse. Very, very scary round. Exist with the triple. It's not bad at all. And Fnatic, they barely survive.
They really do. This double op setup that they have hasn't done enough damage early on or in the mid rounds that it's making these retakes so difficult. I don't know how he does just 1 bullet. First shot accuracy for Issa is off the charts. That's a great bait by JW, breaking the vent so Exist can get in. But from here, the smokes, you're right, they aren't placed anywhere that would kind of help them out. One is in Palace. Unfortunately, no one was there, but nothing on the bomb. Even that double peek mistimed towards that A ramp that allowed Woxic to get that opening kill with the off. Here's one. Nice shot from Draken. Completely blind. Takes the timing. New angle for him. Spots one jumping over. Going to get to a new position. Exist. Has to slow this down. Has to get 1 kill as they try and cross, but he can't. And now Draken's under so much pressure. Can't peek to the left. Can't peek to the right. And that's the round. HellRaisers just body bagging Fnatic in this round.
Yeah, same execute as last time. It's not the first time that we've seen it out of a team, but it is working really well.
They even got the first kill.
Yeah.
They did everything. They didn't have the utility to really slow it down, though. And this time, I mean, much like we've seen it in the past, there's just no chance of a retake at the B bomb site. Angel wants to take everything away, and Flusha turns back a bit too early.
That's a brutal reset. We're talking about the chances for a reset in favor of Fnatic, right? Maybe they could have taken the money away from HellRaisers. It goes the other way instead. My God, Moses. I mean, we did have a fairly obnoxious game yesterday between Astralis and MIBR. It's not quite on that level, but still.
No, but it does. It almost in a way feels more dominant.
Something terrible unfolding here for the Fnatic side. Back on MP9, UMP, Scout. They've just bought whatever they can. See if they can make it 10-5. And HellRaisers, smartly, I think, are slowing it down and saying, let's just see what's on the other side. We don't quite know yet.
They've had success doing everything every which way, so there's absolutely nothing in their playbook that isn't open to them. Just making sure they preserve this lead.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this waking up this morning. I don't really know what I was expecting because I'd spent some strange games out of the Fnatic team, but...
Just enough good things to give you hope.
Yeah, it's like watching a crashing stock or something, Moses, right? You feel like eventually it's going to hit the bottom if you buy the right time, Yeah. That's what I thought with Fnatic. I was like, it can't really keep going down, can it?
No. Well...
Now's the time. Make that investment.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Got 2 maps left.
That is true.
It's like, maybe it's that subreddit, the no, yes. Like, we're just going to have to sit through the misery for 15 rounds, and they're going to have a great comeback in the second half. Maybe not. Or maybe just the maps. Yeah, not a whole lot of success anywhere, and HellRaisers is just so confident taking these fights. Issa just doesn't give a damn.
It's just a beautiful player, isn't he?
I mean, we saw him at Starlight earlier this year, and the big talking point about Issa was how good his high fives were.
Yeah.
Now he's stepped it up as well in the game. I've actually really come to enjoy watching him throughout this major.
Yeah, I think there's I don't know. There's something about running into Issa and Woxic and the rest in even if you just meet them in the cafeteria, right? They just seem
nice guys.
They seem like that's one thing, right? But that you can sort of sense that they have that giddy energy of being at a major. Like they're so excited about the idea that they're here and they're doing it. They can't even hide the smiles, can they? When they're just so happy to be here. So there's just I think that kind of energy in some weird way transfers into the game. And I mean,
when you can contrast that with some of the teams that we've seen struggling that have the experience of being at so many majors, and we see a lot of teams coming into this event, the FaZe's, the Mousesports, the Fnatics, even to a lesser degree, even Astralis to a certain point where they came into this tournament and just started so slow.
Virtus Pro, much rip.
I completely forgot they were here.
Didn't you?
I will stick by that entirely to the end of my days. They did not attend this major.
All right.
In my mind.
So 11-3, moving into round number 15. Definitely an incredible start for HellRaisers. Have looked really, really good here on Mirage early on. It's very hard to imagine a series of events that could bring Fnatic back into this map. But as you pointed out cheerfully, Moses, there's a best of 3, so chances to bring it back. Issa opening up again and taking down Drake, and a good re-kill coming in from Crims taking down Angel. Big chance here. Flusher not going to re-peek it, and it was up against the AWP of Woxic, so maybe you don't want to do that.
Oh, Fnatic needs this round. Issa going to come right through. Crims was ready for it, couldn't handle the shot though, and here's the deagle from Flusher, missing shots, taking so much spam, but JW. Now he's got an AK-47, and that bomb is in such a weird position if you're HellRaisers.
Yeah, they're going to go back and boost to the window, aren't they? I mean, it's not a bad idea. Rather than trying to come through the same choke point. Woxic is going to pick up some grenades, I think. Oh, good kill there. Bondit goes down. 1 versus 2 here for Woxic, and he's not going to be able to make it happen. So triple for JW, up to 11 kills. It's not bad at all, and overall 11-4 in favor of HellRaisers is a tremendous scoreline.
But Fnatic only won, 2 of the rounds they won were with pistols. Were with Deagles and CZs. Remember that one at the B bomb site, this one in mid when they just kind of stall out that hit. Other than that, they don't have a whole lot of gun rounds, and even the ones they do, 2 diffuses that were very, very close, narrow retakes. That was such a dominant half from HellRaisers. See if they can do it on the CT side, if Fnatic can come into this half with some energy.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Get that little bit extra caffeine in, whatever it takes, Moses, at this point.
This is where you kind of you're in halftime and you're like, all right, boys, that was the warm-up half.
Coffee grounds in your eyelids? that kind of thing.
Seems a bit intense.
Yeah, could work though.
I don't know about that.
I feel like it's it might be hard to see what's on the monitor, but you know.
When your eyes are bleeding.
Maybe you could, you know, has anyone ever tried to play the game blindfold, like sort of like a Shaolin monk kind of thing, you know?
No, I don't think anyone's trying to do that.
All right.
Not at a major, at least.
Okay, well, there's a chance then.
There's a chance here at the A bomb site. Exists with smoke, flash, flash. JW off on his own, going to be more of a lurking position going through underpass towards mid, but smoke coming towards connector. Bondic, if he hits some stunning shots, he could shut down this hit, but he's a little bit blind and he misses his timing, so now he's just got to give it up in case they push forward. Flush has to find a way into this bomb site. That smoke is not great. There is a gap in it, so Issa can spot around it, and Flush has just kind of got to make the jump. Smoke is actually deep towards top connector, and I don't know why aren't they taking this? Why aren't they getting into the bomb site?
I don't know, but it's so that it's confused HellRaisers. Some of the people that were rotating them from B are now sort of back in the B bomb site. Nice goosh there. Angel still going to pick up the kill on Exist, and the Bombers and Sandwich are just trying to make the cross. This is so incredibly odd. Finally, Draken going to be taking down Angel. Now they're pushing into Window with the bomb as well. And Draken winning that fight against Bondic. It's a pretty good start here. Crims taking down Woxic. Now all on Isa and Deadfox, and they're swiftly running out of time and health as well. So,
Yeah,
I just don't even know.
I'm wondering if that was the plan all along, or if Fnatic just kind of was like, let's just get up A and then kind of see what happens and go from there. Either way, you're right. HellRaisers had no idea what was coming either. The fact that Fnatic wasn't more aggressive of getting into the bomb site never kind of triggered the call for a retake. Issa, no real chance in this one, despite the nice shots he's been hitting. No kit at all. So he's just going to give it up. Stay alive.
I don't know what was happening at Ramos.
Listen, let's not think about it.
It's like watching people who have received electroshock therapy trying to play Counter-Strike. It's just very odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, they hit some very nice shots in the cross. I will give them that, Fnatic. When they kind of paused in that bomb site, even though they didn't get the initial kills, that kind of the players defending for HellRaisers that were dedicated to that A bomb site, such low HP, they couldn't really do a whole lot, and then you kind of had to rotate players in and out.
Yeah.
5-11, so a good pistol round win for Fnatic, and at this point with Fnatic, it's one round at a time, and they've got that first one.
Very true. I really think that was so confusing for HellRaisers, because you obviously don't want to make a call early, and at that point they had only seen 1 or 2 people and there was a smoke, right? So they might be thinking, we don't know what's actually happening yet. And then it might have been very hard for HellRaisers to make a reasonable call. It worked, and that's really what we should be focusing on.
That's all that matters at this point, and that's typical of Fnatic historically as well, as no one sometimes really understands how it worked, but it did work. They're going to run into a bit of a stack here. This is not really that creative of calling, just a standard execute onto the A bomb site, but who cares? Once again, only matters if it works. They've spotted Bondic, and hopefully that's a great pop flash. Woxic finds 1 kill from underneath. JW going to spam, but he sidesteps the angle. There's a follow-up. Good trade from Exist and Issa as well. This is a beautiful stand from HellRaisers and into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, what a lethal round from Woxic, really doing a great job. A lot of pressure on him and Shadow there. They've used all of their grenades, so now getting a bomb plant down, it could be risky. Good shot there from JW. Deadfox unable to get the flick in with the Deagle. Angel in a 1 versus 2. He's got this Deagle, and where do they want to put the bomb down? That's really a big question for him right now. JW walking in, looking for that default plant. Going to tap it a single time, trying to force him out. And he hasn't been spotted yet. Oh, instant headshot taking down Draken. And JW surely got to be a little bit worried. This is their big chance to finally get back. And oh, he's going to get shot right in the face. Angel, 1 versus 2. And 2 bullets was all he needed.
And JW is frustrated after that one. Head in the hands, so angry. And that's great timing for Angel to have. The first player, and either player really, I mean, that one is great control. This one, JW just not even looking at him. What a shot. I think maybe the frustration, you could see JW peering over towards CT spawn. Maybe the frustration is where that kill came out.
Yeah.
Or where the call was. Which I'm confused why there's miscommunication on that. It was quite obvious where he was.
You would have thought so, right?
Yeah. Because he even shot at him. So I'm not well, I mean, I wonder if that'll come out later, but...
Maybe on Twitter if we're lucky, Moses.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
We're horrible beings. Horrible human beings, Moses. But at the same time, everybody loves a little bit of Twitter drama.
Yep,
it could
we
be good.
Do.
A lot of Deagles in play here for the Fnatic team. 12-5, and
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think probably game breaking at this point for Fnatic. I think it's very hard to recover like from that kind of an upset loss.
Listen, the highlight is going to be that 1v2 won by Angel there. And everyone's going to be talking about what great shots with the Deagle. But that initial hold of those 3 players from HellRaisers, the pop flash to allow Woxic, the first kill on towards Tetris, the follow-up kill from underneath, and just the different teamwork and those different crossfires that were set up. That was beautiful.
Oh, actually a bit of a gap in the defense here for HellRaisers. You're really not supposed to allow the T-side. I mean, I guess they could rationalize the fact that they have so many rifles that they can just retake it, but still, I would say, might want to know just how close they are to the bomb site before Bondic sees them here. Great shot from Crims, great follow-up from Flusher, and that's a little bit risky now. Bomb plant, not going to be hesitant this time. Instantly down, that's an incredible shot. Isa, his accuracy is way off the charts right now. Big double kill coming in and bringing them right back into the round. Draken and Crims now, 2-on-3. Dead Fox just holding it, a little bit slobby with the MP9, but it doesn't even matter. All on Crims, and they don't have smokes to block him off, but still, he would have to fight off 3 people with the Deagle. Quite a big task ahead of him here.
No, but I think this is just frustration from Fnatic.
Oh, they're lined up right in front of each other. Oh, gets the shot, but the bomb's still being defused. He didn't realize there were 2 people there, and he couldn't see it, Moses.
That's unbelievable.
He just thought, I've got the kill on that guy. That's great. Move on to the next.
Just nothing can go right for Fnatic at this point. That is a very nice shot. Crims had a pretty good round overall. But, I mean, you're losing a 4-on-3 here, and these are fights you don't necessarily need to take. Flusha had to take that. JW didn't, but it's just a weird round from Fnatic in the sense that,
look,
yeah.
It's like one of those movies where he's fighting a hologram, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, they got the 2 kills towards CT spawn. I'm not sure why Exist kind of ran there with the bomb. They're kind of lucky they got that follow-up kill to even be able to pick the bomb up. And then the plant, they had control of Catwalk. Draken was on Catwalk. They could have planted it in the front of the boxes and kind of ignored all that danger from CT spawn and played the 4-on-3 and just losing too many players. But now these Deagles are starting to ring out. Now Fnatic's starting to come alive. A little late in the day, but, you know, better late than never, as they say. Anders?
Yeah, I've never really bought that, Moses. I'm not sure that's really true at this point if you're Fnatic, but I guess they could warm up for map number 2. That could be a thing. I feel like the comeback now would be, yeah, almost out of reach here. Even if they win this round upsettingly, that would be a 13-6 scoreline, and then they would have to climb their way back.
Well, they get the opening, 2 kills in this round, and now they've given up that kind of an advantage, even with the pistols. Into a 2-on-2. Exists in mid, needs this kill, not going to be able to get it. Dead Fox brought low, and it's all on Draken with that P250. He's got nothing, but thankfully he can get into the bomb site and get the plant. I think HellRaisers are going to be fine with this. Their economy is brought so low, and Fnatic in this half just has them at the breaking point, but just can't get over the finish line. Draken's got to go for a risk, and what a big risk it is.
Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. Just immediately out in the open, now moving in towards window. Hoping maybe he could upgrade this to something else. He's controlling a big choke point on the map. Dead Fox really wants to go through. He's going to grenade his way in, but he's immediately going to get taken down now. The rifle has been picked up, and he's on the other side. Bondic wants to go and find him. If he molotovs the window, he can run back and defuse, and there's nothing really Draken can do about it. It's a very, very awkward situation, but well played for Draken so far. Bondic feels like he's checked almost all of this out. Now he's down in the middle. 3 seconds on that defuse. He's got the angle. Oh, no, he's going to be late, isn't he? And there it is. HellRaisers win the round. Draken playing it to perfection, except for the last half second. He overpeaked that angle just a little bit. It's very, very hard to judge him too harshly for it, because that's a hard round to win anyway, but it's so close.
That's just so typical of these clutch rounds for Fnatic. They've had about 4 or 5 of them throughout this game, even in the first half, where just very narrowly missing out on the opportunity to kind of win it, and they had to have that one. Even with the plant, you can only ride this line for so long before the frustration is just overwhelming. We've seen JW kind of get really, really angry with himself after losing the 1-on-1 of the Deagle. We've seen Draken now, a very narrow loss. JW even had that clutch with the USP in the first half.
Yeah,
just somehow everything working out for HellRaisers.
Could be a Fnatic, frustration reel coming in after this. Just the upsetting turn of events.
I've had some classic ones over history. Some of the table slams, keys flying everywhere.
Yeah, it's part of the game, though. I mean, it makes you believe at least that they care about what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Because watching in the server, at least up until the last couple of rounds, that hasn't really been evident that they were looking very invested into it. Now, though, I mean, some of these rounds out of Fnatic, they look much more alive. It is good news.
It's better news. The problem is they're just not winning them.
Yeah, that's the
that's the other side of the coin.
Okay, Moses.
Yeah.
You want to...
I'll be the pessimist since
Yeah.
you all of a sudden are being positive. Crim's going to have a chance. I think he's waiting for Exist to come through the smoke. Oh, that's a great shot. Great response from Exist. And now contact up the A ramp. Issa can't help out. He's got to keep his eyes on Connector, but he's doing so good. And he's going to survive. The spam coming in, trying to take him down, and I just think they have to let him go. You're going to give up too much trying to chase that down. Dead Fox almost able to punish. What a tense round for Fnatic.
Yes, it is. Flusher, good kill there on Dead Fox. I'm still worried that Easer is alive and Angel on the other side. See if he can get some more first bullet accuracy here out of the Jordanian player. He's got a deep angle into the bomb side, but he's not seeing anybody right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. 2 on 3, and that bomb ticking slowly away. Angel going to try and make the first move here. Don't want to shoot any teammates at this point. And JW, favorable angle for him, and Easer realizing by now it's not going to work. Just slowly backing out.
That's all the money as well. Fnatic have finally done it.
He really wants that ult.
Yeah, I think this would have been so much more doable if they'd had this breaking point in either of the past 2 rounds when they had those pistols. If they could have won one of those that got so close, but 5-14, that's such a long, long way to come back. They have taken everything at the very least. It's a pretty harsh reset. But, I mean, HellRaisers just has so much to play with.
Yeah, I think maybe they can play themselves into
Map 2?
Yeah, something like that. It's very hard to build a comeback at this stage. You sort of need 10 rounds where you don't really make any mistakes.
What's scary is this is their map pick. This
That
is
is
the one
worrying.
throughout the whole map pool that they said, we can win this one. So you go into Dust 2, which is going to be HellRaiser's pick. Kind of return the favor. First things first, you have to win this round. Remember, they did win the pistol, lost the second round, so they cannot fall prey to that again. Similar setup. 1 player, actually 2 players now underneath the balcony for HellRaisers at this A bomb site. Walks again this position, punished him in that second round.
And just a slow approach here from Fnatic. Not meeting any resistance in middle. I think Flusher spotted someone up in the apartments early on, but that was pretty much it. So now they're just hoping for a mistake out of HellRaisers so they don't have to get too close to the pistols to take the fight. They're going to group up at A, and it's interesting. I mean, that double position in Shadow could have a scenario where one goes down and they're actually going to walk out, so it doesn't even matter. But sometimes you forget to check if there's 2 in 1 position.
Issa does have that flashbang. Remember, that's what blinded Fnatic so much or allowed Walks to get that first kill in the second round, was that flashbang from jungle to blind Tetris, and they've all rotated away. They're going to be out of position. Bondik's going to be the only one here. They're trying to get back. Walks will have to get in front of the smoke with Bondik for the initial hold. Gets the dink. Can't complete the kill. And JW now jumping over on top of the stairs. There's actually a lot of health missing from this Fnatic team. Walks can actually do some work here, but Crims is ready for that peak.
Yeah. Covering each other, playing reasonable Counter-Strike. Suddenly, Fnatic are actually looking like a real team.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Cool. Yeah, that was nice.
Much more focus suddenly back into it.
Much more reasonable.
You love to see it.
And HellRaisers taking a timeout. I don't think this is necessarily going to be anything tactical. I think this is more just, all right, guys, take a deep breath. You know, another round with just pistols. Don't get frustrated. 14-7 lead. We have all the advantages. Let's not let Fnatic back into this.
Yeah.
Which, fair play. We've seen Fnatic make some ridiculous comebacks at times.
Right, and it would be a sudden and incredibly unexpected return into some sort of nostalgic trip, wouldn't it, if if they did it?
Oh, I'd be so happy.
7-14.
That'd be so fun to watch if Fnatic was able to, all of a sudden, the clutches start going their way. The dark magic came in full force, the voodoo dolls, everything.
Yeah, that'd be very spicy. So, 1 upgraded pistol there on Woxic, but apart from that, they should be all good. No, it's just the P2000, isn't it? He's fine. There's no money spent. They want all of it later on. I suppose that makes sense, especially when you're the Opera.
Yeah, preserve the economy just entirely. If you're HellRaisers, don't do anything that's going to put you in a tough spot. 7 rounds to play with before they're even equal to your score. This is huge, though. Woxic is making a lot of progress, and actually, this is a good place to stop, obviously. He can get so much information here. 1 footstep from Flusha, 1 footstep from anyone rotating back, anything it might be. Woxic can have the information, and they're going to trust that he'll be able to call out if it's going to be a presence far before the hit actually comes in. So stacking towards this B bomb site is the best chance HellRaisers has at winning this. The one gap that Fnatic could really explore now, if they just march up Connector into the A bomb site, it's game over. But such is the nature of gambling.
Yeah, which is why you shouldn't do it, Moses.
I don't.
Good. Got to set an example for the younger generation,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Angel goes down, trying to challenge the smoke a bit. Good tapping from JW. Isa eventually gets a kill there, taking down Draken. Woxic has managed to sneak on in. They are not all out of the bomb site. Flusher's still here. He's gonna almost lose that fight. Yeah, I was getting that feeling too, Moses.
Oh, I was maybe a little bit premature on the fear of that happening, but
Yeah, you've developed.
I didn't notice Flusha at first. I saw the two players like running away in CT spawn and over towards connector and everything, and I was like, oh god.
I mean, I can understand the paranoia there. Oh, it could make this expensive. Flusher might go. I think it will go up with the bomb, won't he? Yeah.
It's all right. They have plenty of money on the Fnatic side, so it's not the biggest deal. But here's the opening, or the first rifles that we're going to see HellRaisers bring out. Woxic can have that AWP as well. So big challenge for Fnatic. I think the tough part as well, Fnatic they have how many timeouts? I think 2 left. So they're going to want to kind of keep those in their back pocket for later on. We know the power of the Fnatic pauses.
Yeah, another classic. Let's see if they can bring it into this game. 23rd round. Scoreline 14 for HellRaisers, 8 for Fnatic. And HellRaisers having to save a couple of rounds here. Now they're back in the money. See if they can have an impact. Close out the game. I think that's probably just what's on their mind right now. And at this stage, when you're playing on the CT side, all that's really required for that to happen is, you know, just one good entry kill, get that AWP into play for Woxic. You open it up, you play 4 versus 5, and suddenly all the pressure is on Fnatic. Perfectly possible.
Well, equally, Fnatic need one good round here to put HellRaisers back to no money or to a small investment of pistols and light armor.
Yeah.
And then it's off to the races. They're actually, I mean, despite everything, 8-14, 6 rounds separates them. They can get close to striking distance very, very fast. Grims, that's a big fight to win. Angel goes down. No ability for a rebuttal on the HellRaiser side. Dead Fox waiting on Catwalk. Crims is going to peek for that. Does he spot the elbow? It's so close. Oh, no, he doesn't. But Dead Fox has given up his position, and he's got to just fall away. Oh, and that's a missmoke as well. Crims is going to get another one. That's in towards window. Crims has been so good this year, and he is just the Terminator in middle. Just a turret that no one can cross.
Yeah, he is one of those scary players because, again, it's not always the highlights, right?
And HellRaisers is just already just backing away slowly. Bondic is like, I want none of that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this makes a lot of sense for them, though.
Yep.
Just in terms of keeping the rifles alive. So Molotov going into Shadow, checking all the corners, doing their due diligence and planning inside of the smoke.
Now, this is a luxury that HellRaisers has that Fnatic never got in the first half just because of the way the rounds played out. Remember, HellRaisers' hits were way more aggressive and way more like comprehensive of taking bomb sites. So Fnatic didn't really always have the chance to save weapons. They did have a couple, and they didn't always take it. But, you know, if you lose 2 players early on in the round, like 1 by 1, a couple, 10 seconds apart, then you kind of get that option to have a communication and say, all right, everyone start rotating towards B, and we'll just save these weapons. I'm liking this out of Fnatic as well. Go hunt these guns down. It's not going to be easy. You might lose a couple, but you've got the money for it. See if you can take that AWP out of Woxic's hands. Make this as easy as possible on yourself. There's a missed shot. Now they're going to be pressured. It's still coming in. Dead Fox handles it well for the first time, and Fnatic, Crims needs that kill, jumping out, and JW's going to find one, and that's not bad at all, and he gets a little bit crazy, but no one from HellRaisers peeking. 14-9.
Yeah, time to take a deep breath right now on the HellRaisers side and think about if there are any tricks you have left that you want to try and apply to get some of this done. I can think of a bunch of things they haven't done yet, Moses. So
HellRaisers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very early on. Remember, that was the first real gun round for them.
Yeah.
Or second, I should say.
It's madness as well. They lost the pistol, then they won the following round, and the next 2 after that.
Remember, those 2 were so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won that. Yeah, the 3rd and 4th round were just Fnatic grinding the money away with pistols and just barely able to make it work finally.
So what would have been the scoreline after that? Like 5 to what? Like 5 to 11 or something at the end of that?
5-14.
5-14 even?
Yeah, that's where the comeback began.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what we're on. 5-14 to 9-14.
So at that point, I don't know. This could be one of the better comebacks of the Legend stage, couldn't it, if they make it work?
This would be
maybe the best one.
Yeah, this would be an incredible ride. They're so close to getting it really started. I think if they win that next gun round, it's on. Woxic, this is one of those things you mentioned. They hadn't really tried everything yet. Mid-aggression.
Draken almost calling it. Woxic going to back up as well. Nobody wants to be the one to make that mistake. And you could see why. Good grenades, but it is all just a fake right now. And they are going to hear, they're going to hear nothing on the other side, which is also a kind of information. Exists making sure no one holding up close, and now they're going to realize there's a little bit of trouble on this side. That's Molotov that will actually slow them down, and the bomb is also a little bit delayed, so they're just testing them at the moment, Fnatic. Trying to see if they can get them to move out of the way.
Well, they have a couple fakes. They don't have any smokes. They have to find these kills. This is going to be tough. Flush shot. Oh, that's a great reaction. He gets the dink, and Bondik is going to be upset about that one, but there's no utility really for Fnatic. They have the 3 Molotovs and 2 HE grenades, but you need to just straight up win fights as well. And Dead Fox and Woxic, they're going to save that AWP again, preserving the economy at this stage in the game. They're trying to avoid that really, really harsh reset, giving themselves all the resources. Angel is on A ramp, but he can't do anything to stop this, and JW is aware of the possibility. So is Crims. He's going to get hunted down. There's Crims to fall. JW nearby. He gets dinked immediately. It actually that gets a bit dicey now.
Yeah.
No kit, so they won't go for it. But
no, but if you can steal this AK and run, that would actually be helpful. A lot of this could cut down to the HellRaisers economy for the rest of this. How many rounds can they buy, and are they going to be able to turn those rounds into wins? Angel slowly trying to back on out. Flusher is creeping around up there, so he's not quite out of the woods yet. He could just stick around. Oh, tapping away at Draken, trying to make this expensive for them. Dead Fox not going to be able to find anything. Easy will take down Flusher, though. He's stolen 1 AK. Not going to be able to pick up a second one. So still, they keep the AWP alive. They gain a rifle. 14-10. Fnatic slow march back into the game. He can drop for the rest. I think Bondik maybe. No, he was fine. Everyone can buy.
That is a great couple of rounds for HellRaisers. Battling with what they can. Obviously not necessarily putting up too much of a fight to actually win the round, but the economic preservation is huge. Woxic has another AWP purchase behind him. Angel with the salvaged AK-47 has another rifle purchase behind him. So they're setting themselves up to have as many guns down the stretch as possible to finally close out Fnatic, and they've done a great job of it. There's Flush it down to 4 HP in middle. Angel and Issa being aggressive, but over towards the A bomb site we go. Bondik waiting behind the smoke. All this could be so deadly. He's completely blind though. They finally do spot him out. He could do absolutely nothing about that. Woxic and CT Spawn hasn't been able to get involved, and that's a big kill for JW. Woxic gonna fall back, and he might want to give this up again. It might just be a save call right off the bat already. And why not? Because they can drop 2 weapons in the next round.
What? Crims winning that fight against Angel. That's so ridiculous. Look at the health that's on Flusher and JW from the initial engagement, but that was enough to turn that bomb site. And now, just Woxic and Dead Fox. But it doesn't. These kills don't matter to Fnatic anymore.
No, their money is so strong on the Fnatic side of things.
11-14.
That kill that Crims got was, as you mentioned, it was just crazy to watch. But it was that was Angel. And Angel has the 3,500 built in the bank. If Angel was able to save his rifle, he could have dropped one over to Issa or Bondik, and they would have had a perfect buy. Because Woxic can drop one as well. Now, any gun they take away here is valuable. Crims is going to try and hunt one down.
Dead Fox very close to the end. Crims around the corner. He's going to get him as well. And the continued spray. What an end, Crims. That's all of the rifles stolen away. Such a massive amount of economic damage to the HellRaisers team. And that is really, I mean...
That's huge.
Yeah, that's like the thing that's keeping this together right now for the HellRaisers team. They know they just need one good buy, one good round here, and suddenly they can still do it. But I'd get very nervous right about now. This is where the real fear starts to set in.
Yeah, well, now you have a tactical timeout. Now you might actually need to discuss some of the strategy behind it if you're HellRaisers, because they're getting worked across the map. Starting to lose all those battles as well.
Are we seeing smiles out of Fnatic too? Has it got to that stage yet?
You think that was the conversation at halftime? We have them right where we want them?
Yeah. Lured them into that.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I don't know. But right now, certainly, you've got to keep up the focus. 11-4. This game is suddenly looking a bit more interesting. Double AWP and pistols.
This is going to be an interesting buy because Fnatic might actually believe that they've finally broken the money. They might not be expecting a double AWP setup. Now, losing that second round might have put them on notice for even if it's going to be a force buy or a half buy out of HellRaisers, they have to be cautious.
They're actually pushing up with the AWP. This is kind of cool, though. I mean, when you can get this position in the apartments with the AWP on the CT side, you limit the map so much. So, allows them to keep more people over at the A side. Woxic in the middle with the AWP. And they're going to leave Angel up there. This is not bad at all. If you can get this first kill, then suddenly Fnatic, they might run into the other AWP on the other side of the map. Oh, Crims, he's going to go down. Looked like he had the opportunity. The aim punch there, the lack of body armor for Angel, could have definitely cost him.
That's the second time Angel has controlled the aim punch. The first in that 1 versus 2 in the second round with the Deagle. Draken just praying someone walks into the crosshair. It's not going to happen. This is going to be a really tough fight for Fnatic. I think a lot of it is going to be on JW, how he's able to lurk up connector and kind of assist with this take.
Yeah, he can sort of smoke and grenade away Woxic, so there's definitely a big opportunity. Isa right around the corner. There's no backup for Draken, so if he gets run down with the CSET 75, crouching right into it, he finally got that gift that he was waiting for all along, but Woxic wants to take the fight. He's going to be doubling JW. Bondit close range, can't make it work. Now let's see what Woxic could do. He's pretty much the only one who can stop this from happening. AWP in hand, smoke out on the balcony. Flusher takes a kill, and now Woxic in a lot of trouble. He actually somehow hit that, but it doesn't even matter. Now it's Angel. 10 seconds left. Oh, and that's now a one-on-one. Angel, he saved them once before. Can he do it again? 7 seconds, 6 seconds. He needs this bomb plant right now, and Exist is going to have it as well. The grenade going over, and Angel jumping down. Absolute madness right in front with a USB, and he's tapping away. He almost gets it. Exist saving it right at the end. Angel, triple kill, nearly the quad to give that 15th round. This is way too tense, isn't it?
This is madness, and actually, I don't know if that's a snap buy from Bondic, but this is a great round from Angel. First that kill, the follow-up as well. But I like this clutch attempt. I like everything about this clutch attempt. That nade, it masks the sound, he gets up so close, Exist has no idea, and he just responds late. That USP failing him in the end. This is just the one shot, and Exist is able to react. Well, Fnatic is back in this, 12-14. Now it doesn't matter that the comeback had to be so much. It's been, what, 8 rounds, I think? 7 rounds in a row. Is 4 or 5? For the Fnatic side, this has been an incredible journey for them, but...
They were at 14-6, I think, weren't they?
14-5. So it's been 7 straight for Fnatic, and...
Jesus.
It all comes down to these last few rounds. Round 27 here. This is what we meant on in our predictions, and we said there's no reason Fnatic has no business in a way winning this game, but you still get that feeling that they might just be able to do it. They have come alive here in the second half, and they've had to scrape through some frustrations. They've had to claw their way through some tough losses. And obviously now, I think this is beautiful, the economy management that HellRaisers has come out with in this half. There's no easy rounds for Fnatic in this. That's going to make it all the more legendary if they can actually complete it.
JW snuck into the window, just smuggled in there. That could definitely catch Easer off guard. I mean, he knew it was smoke, but still. Re-smoked, that's probably going to give him the feeling that there definitely isn't anyone here. JW, timing is everything right now. Looking through the murder hole, not finding anyone. Easer going back for the check, and he's going to spot him. Gets the better timing. That's a huge kill to be finding. JW very close to being able to open up this whole bomb site. Now let's see what the rest of Fnatic can do. Falling back in. Double push here towards the ramp. Instant headshot from Flusher, and now Woxic. He might still be in a good position. Isa's gone down. He can catch them as they come in. Does reveal that AWP on the ramp. Now it's a 3-on-3. And Angel shooting down Exist. Not bad at all. The bomb is down, but this 2-on-3 favoring them at the moment. Draken missing a big shot, and he can't get the follow-up. It is all on Flusher. 1 versus 3. Covering here from CT spawn. He almost has to fight them a bit early, otherwise he's going to get edged out. Moving in, they nearly line up. He's going to spray and almost gets the double. It could have worked out, but it doesn't. 15 rounds now for HellRaisers. Man, that was... Everything about that round was close.
It was so tense. I don't know how that shot from Draken missed, but you always talk about memes can just come alive, and I feel like that one with Draken really is just somehow Reddit has made that work, that he just cannot hit shots that are straight in front of him, but that looked dead on. And that was the fight they needed to have, that one op shot. If he was able to get that even down the stretch, you felt like Flusher was going to be able to win this with that lineup, and it just doesn't come through. First round that HellRaisers wins in some time. Yeah, if JW had been able to get that one kill in towards jungle, it might have been all over. Thought Fnatic did a great job of spotting out the A-ramp aggression, getting into the bomb site, the plant, and that 2-on-3 was entirely winnable, just doesn't turn their favor. Well, 3 rounds in a row is what's needed to force overtime. Fnatic no longer playing for a potential victory. Now they're playing for OT in this opening map.
Yeah, but there's so many ways that can happen. I mean, if they win this next round, you could look at the money on the HellRaisers side. It's not looking good, so if they win that, it's 13-15. Then it's 2 very scrappy buys out of HellRaisers, probably, or 1 save and a good one, but still. There is a path back, but they need to win this first one, though.
Nade on towards Flusha. Aggression in mid exists, not able to react whatsoever. Follow up from underpass. JW and Crims want to get aggressive. That Molotov is going to split them up. Crims finds one. He pushes forward, and Angel completely blind. They know there were 2, and Issa wants nothing of that fight. Oh, this gap in the smoke could be so deadly.
Yeah, Flusha's certainly waiting for it. He does see it, but Dead Fox is just a little bit quicker, and that's an instant headshot. Not sure how it looked like on Flusha's screen, but looked like he had an opportunity there. 3 on 4 now. With just over a minute, they're going to be smoking off and trying to see if they can wrap around towards the B bomb site. Missed opportunity there. Woxig now repositioning and calling in for backup, and this is going to be very hard to break. Woxig is such a great player, and Isa's here as well. They've got the heavy hitters. They're going to be taking down Isa, and a good follow-up. Dead Fox hitting 1 more headshot. 2 on 3. They need 2 last kills here to finally put an end to Mirage, and Woxig's going to be going down. Draking hitting that shot. Dead Fox down and out, and now Bondik 1 versus 2. He's far away from the bomb site. Let's see where they position themselves, because this Molotov that he has could be really important. 1 chance to maybe make it a 1 versus 1 if he gets the grenade down right. Almost spotting it out now. Draken has seen him, and he misses that chance again. The shot that's straight ahead. Not going to get that one either. The Molotov not connecting with anyone, and now Bondik, he's really swiftly running out of time. He knows where Draken is, but I'm not sure that helps him. Still gets the headshot, and now Draken on the other side. He's out in the open. He can't even hide. He's back around the corner, and Bondik goes down. Oh my god, 13-15. Somehow they end up winning it anyway. This is just a crazy, crazy end to this map.
I cannot believe Bondik almost was able to take that away, but you're exactly right. There's no money, and Drake and some good shots here to help alleviate this pressure. Him and Crims do a phenomenal job. Again, just a battle the whole way through in these shots. I swear to God, when they're straight up, it's too funny. Oh, the pressure is on everyone from Fnatic. Draken with 18 kills to clutch one out. It's JW and Crims with 21, Flusha with 20. So the old guard, the core of Fnatic for these past many years, delivering for them here in this comeback. 13-15. They're going to have 1 more really decent buy from HellRaisers to burn through in the next round, but they have to survive this.
Why is Flusha in this position? I feel like he's very exposed if somebody walks out of the apartments, but I guess he read that very well, so I'll just be quiet.
It is Flusha. Don't question.
Yeah.
Don't question Flusha.
Should have known better.
Senor Vac.
He's got 21 kills, but they're all really almost tied up here on the Fnatic side. They're all doing a pretty good job. On the other side, Isa and Woxig are slightly leading the charge, but the others aren't far behind either. This is a very odd game. I feel like we had a good time the first half laughing at Fnatic and just...
I think everyone had a good time in the first half laughing at Fnatic, and now it's just kind of like, oh crap.
Oh.
They're here.
We've seen it before, but I mean, even no matter how many times I see it, Moses, I still get this feeling that it surely can't happen because it's just it looks ridiculous, you know.
Oh yeah, and it just seems so insane.
Oh,
actually, if he could take this AK-47, that's massive. That's going to help out in a big way. That'll probably give him a kit and a lot of utility to play with, so that's lovely for HellRaisers.
Yeah, a big win. An extra rifle to try and close it out. Give this maybe to, I don't know, Isa? If they can save it. I feel like that first bullet accuracy is what you want with the AK-47, right?
Yeah, and he has been phenomenal, hasn't he, Isa? And they want to take this away. They've got to be careful. The money actually isn't all that great for... Actually, they're going to be fine last round. He does go down. That's a pretty nice find. But the kills that Bondik got right at the end and on top of the losing bonus is going to be quite nice. Bondic's got cash, and
Again, it felt like the round lasted forever at the end there. You know,
it always does in those scenarios.
The seconds ticking away. 15-14, ladies and gentlemen. 30th round coming up now. It's either going to be overtime or it's going to be map number 2 right off the bat here with HellRaisers winning it.
Here's my question, Anders. Does Exist have the courage to call like a rush and like an uppercut towards A or B?
They have been playing it kind of slowly, haven't they?
Yeah, if they do like a change of pace right now, I mean, I don't know if it would work. I wouldn't have the courage to do it. But look at the utility that HellRaisers, if they do have a change of pace, if they do go fast pace, there's nothing to slow them down on anyone.
That is really horrifying, isn't it?
There's no Molotov. There's 2 smokes, 1 nade so far. Isa's going to buy up, but he's going to have, 1 smoke as well. So there is nothing stopping Fnatic from just bullying their way into a bomb site.
It seems like they're going to take a similar kind of slow approach. 2 smokes and an HE grenade. Woxic really, really wants this early fight. Angel's there as well.
Exist got caught off by this aggression, though, just a couple rounds ago, and it's not going to happen again. He's much, much farther back now, just taking a very narrow angle, just making sure he doesn't die. That's the big thing.
And they have frozen, but look at who's on the other side. Crims all the way in the apps. This is a pretty incredible position to be in so early in the round with nobody realizing. An Angel, he could be dead without even having a chance to reply here. This is such a powerful position right now. I feel like Fnatic should be at least setting up to play around this so that if Crims gets this working, he's going to immediately be able to just win the round. Angel, oh god, he's a couple of pixels away from death. Now Crims sneaking in, and that is a beautiful way to open up the round. That could definitely secure overtime. There's nobody here to really follow it up, though. That's the weird thing. Smoke, Molotov on the other. Oh no, bit of a failed grenade, in fact. And now he's calling in for the backup, and they're going to have to make the crossing right then and there. A little bit of damage onto Exist, but JW on the other side. And actually, Draken making some noise here. This is a very, very odd round. I thought we'd got past this stage, Moses, but apparently not. The bomb is going down now. It's a 4-on-4. And look how far away Draken is. He's rotating back through middle. They kind of know that he's there, so Bondek must be a little bit worried. A very odd and uncomfortable retake here for HellRaisers. 1 smoke and 1 chance here to end it on Mirage. Crims in the back 5 benches. Bondek going to pick up 1. Instant headshot. Nicely done from Crims, but he can't follow it up. Now it's Flusher, and Draken has finally showed up to the party as well. 2-on-2. Molotov on top of the bomb, and then the re-smoke in, and they're trying to get the defuse. Not going to happen. That's overtime. Fnatic versus HellRaisers. What a great game this has turned into be at the end, right? We started in a really ugly place, Moses, but
I mean, it kind of ended in a really weird place as well. That round is so strange. You're exactly right. Crims has that positioning, and I feel like he should be making the call, guys, start getting ready to come B. And even once he gets the kill and gets into the B bomb site, it never felt like he properly secured market, did it? They still had to cross. There's still 2 M4s at that window, able to maybe pick somebody off. Weird situation there. They still had that pressure towards the A bomb site, just enough confusion, and Draken arrives just in time. But what a time for Crims to make a play like that.
yeah, 24 kills, by the way, on him. He's currently tied with Isa for leading in the server, and I mean, he is a world-class player, and we see it in some of those moments, definitely.
Oh, what do you do if you're HellRaisers and you just gave up that much of a comeback? That's got to be heartbreaking. And they did it so good. Like, don't let the score, like the fact that the comeback happened, don't let it dissuade you from the fact that HellRaisers did such a good job with their economy throughout that. There were no easy rounds for Fnatic. That was such a difficult comeback because it was against so many weapons at all times. They never got that easy of fully breaking the economy until just the very end, right? Until round 29. They never had it easy.
Let's just see. Isa just throwing a bullet into the middle. They're going to be quick. You talked about the change of pace. Well, here it comes. Woxic down. Isa to follow. Fnatic calling this immediately in overtime. And HellRaisers, they're going to be so frustrated. Fnatic suddenly back with a little bit of action. Oh my god, Bondek shutting it all down with the M4. Challenging 1 at a time. They had done everything. They had the round 1. And he took it all away. Draken and Flusher now. 2-on-3. And I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Dead Fox now trapped in the corner. The no-scope works. And HellRaisers win the round anyway, please. Send help, Moses. What is going on?
Oh, Bondek shuts them down so much. Fnatic, I mean, this is the problem with these faster strategies. We see it frequently. When you're at this speed, things get a little bit disorganized. People get a little bit ahead of themselves, and Bondek is able to take them down. And you're exactly right, 1 by 1. That pistol couldn't take out Bondek fast enough. And what a gut punch. 5-on-3 turned into a 2-on-3 so quickly.
I can't wait for Chad to talk about this game. It's just going to be great.
Oh my, you like this? What a great shot from JW.
Yeah, now I don't like it anymore.
Take me out.
Just can we have just even a modicum of rational behavior in this game?
No, I'm loving this. I'm loving the insanity. This is so good. Bondik, Inisa, and Dead Fox. You have the money in this overtime. For them, actually, maybe not. They've actually, a couple players are pretty low. They all kind of group up in a triangle in towards mid so they can rotate together and kind of crunch anyone. Crims is just being real mean. He's being a bully, but he gives it up.
How can this happen?
I don't know. I don't know how Bondik kind of sensed that coming, but Crims had him outplayed. It felt like Issa in front of the smoke. Yeah, you got to do something desperate. He's going for the hero play, and he's got the start, and he can't find the follow-up. Gives up the angle, and unfortunately right in the edge of the smoke, but the next one comes through, and Draken's watching that one. Of course, he picks him out of the sky.
Bondik hoping, but not really able to get the spray through. So 1 versus 3 here, and they're going to sort of challenge him a little bit. Don't do that too early. It's really not worth it to give him a way to get back in. He does have a kit, and the bomb is only just down, so now it's a 1-on-2. He may just feel like, you know what, this has been a mad game already. He's certainly challenging Draken. If he had a smoke, he could put some pressure on them, but the lack of smoke is definitely a problem. Going to tap the bomb once, and the sandwich here, he's not enjoying it whatsoever. He's actually playing this really well. It's kind of incredible that he's created so much space, but it doesn't work out.
I thought he was going to go for the AWP, pick it up and bring it to the next round. He's got plenty of money. He's got over 9K, so he can likely drop some over. And Woxic actually has plenty for the AWP. So they are a couple players a little bit dicey on the cash, even though they've won that first round.
Yeah.
That's such an important shot for JW before Woxic can even get the shot off. The follow-up as well.
It's
even played it incorrectly, by the way.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the one swinging, and he stops. So even if he goes down, it's a perfect potential for that to be a double kill for the CT player.
Yeah, it's true.
But either way.
I'm just loving the fact that Crims is holding the angle for a full hour, and then when he looks away, it's immediate. Isa wins the fight against JW. Who takes that fight in the middle with an M4? I guess Isa is the answer to that one, but Angel goes down in return, so the craziness just continues here. 16-16, last round of the first half of overtime. Missed smoke in the middle. We've got it all, Moses. No knife kills yet. It's disappointing.
I think Issa's got to be... He gives HellRaisers an advantage, and Angel peeks off from Catwalk with the FAMAS and goes down. I don't know if that was like a miscoordinated timing peek that they were supposed to... Oh, my lord. That is a great angle. Dead Fox never saw it coming.
That's beautiful from Crims.
This is such a weird position for Draken to be in. Like, he's turned into a lurker a lot of situations with this AWP. And I feel like it hasn't necessarily panned out.
Look at his pushing. Bondik on the other side. He should realize soon that there's nobody here. And Isa, seeing so many heroic rounds out of him, he might be tested one more time. In fact, he might have this last round entirely in his hands. Crims waiting. The bomb slowly making its way there. If you look at the minimap right now, there's just almost no explaining it. All across the map, huge triangle for HellRaisers. They're all miles away and exist. Isa just couldn't see that through the bars in the window. And now it's very tricky. 2-on-4 and somehow Fnatic back in it again. Woxic with one good shot, but still should not make a big difference here. This retake is once again going to be nearly impossible. The flank from Bondik, though, finally walking in. Bomb has gone down, but he's going to make this a 2-on-2 almost immediately. Spraying against Crims. He misses the chance and gives it up. Oh no, Bondik. That needed to be an instant kill, and now Woxic's in a lot of trouble on the bomb site. Get it flashed out once. Really no reason to peek him. It's very dangerous. And Draken just playing a very lethal game at the moment. No scope not connecting. He still gets the headshot. I can't explain any of this madness. And now the bomb. He's going to make the jump across, but no kit, so it's going to be a very long time. And that grenade follow-up, he misses the chance, and now he's got the pistol out again, trying to run it down. 17-16. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't know how he got Flusha. Flusha had him outplayed. He was aware of the possibility, spotted the shadow as the smoke clears, and still gets the kill with the pistol. And Draken was just so afraid of dying there, he could never complete that frag. 17-16.
This game is going to break me, Moses.
Imagine playing it. It would be the worst. Holy hell.
Like, there's a guy behind you with an AK-47. The smoke disappears. You've got one chance for a no-scope. You don't hit it. You pull out the P2000 and kill him anyway.
Yeah, he misses the 10 shots.
It doesn't make any sense.
Bondic having that incredible sequence earlier and then missing the first like 8 bullets on a guy not looking at him. That was heartbreaking. Yeah, a lot of chances there for HellRaisers. Yeah, this is just getting wild. Both of these teams almost afraid to finally pull it over the finish line. Here's the question, though. How much better is Fnatic's CT side going to be now that they seem to have woken up on an individual level? Now that they have that comeback under their belt and they're probably feeling much, much better. They could really just straight win it right here.
Yeah, they need 19 rounds. Either HellRaisers or Fnatic, both are possible in this half here. Second half of overtime. And it's right, definitely a big difference. And Exist winning that fight, I mean, he was having an absolutely miserable time in this B-bomb side in regulation. So picking up the kill on Deadfox has to feel great.
And this time, HellRaisers doesn't have any kind of control.
Oh, why is Crims there? He doesn't have a smoke. If they Molotov it.
It's all right. He knows they won't Molotov it.
Yeah?
He knows they don't have...
He just knows?
They don't have the guts.
I wish I could just know things like that, Moses.
Well, the nice thing is you can know things. Woxic and Bondic are the 2 players in middle, and they don't have a Molotov.
Yeah,
so Angel would have to come through
right?
underpass.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Here he comes, Moses.
You'd be surprised.
He's going to Molotov it, isn't he?
No, there's no way.
He will. Just give me a minute. I really am not loving this position at all. That's going to... No, turn around, Angel.
Do it.
Turn around. Throw it the other way. Okay, he's not going to do it. 45 seconds here. Smoke is still pretty good to provide some coverage, making the way out of connector, and it's a 4-on-5, so they kind of need for somebody to work out. JW's now joined Crims, and the Molotov's going to go towards that window anyway. Challenging in the fire, and Angel. Good accuracy there, taking down JW now 4-on-4. They're gravitating towards the other side with a bomb. Crims gets rewarded for his patience. Bondic instant return, and taking down Exist. 3-on-3 for the retake here in Fnatic. Remember, you can run out of money on the CT side, so if they're really quick, maybe they can try for the retake, but if not, it's better to save.
That was a really cool hit from HellRaisers.
Yep.
There was no way to know that was going to be at the B-bomb site. They pulled so many players towards the other side of the map and really left Exist all alone. And yeah, I think they need to save. They have no utility. They have the kits, but they have no nades to get into this bomb site. You got Woxic posted up with the AWP. Crim's at least going to try for a glimpse into this bomb site. They can have Woxic pinned down now, but Draken still cannot get out of market. Missed shots. That's critical for Woxic. This retake is somehow working. It's all on Bondic. He's been great. And there's the defuse beginning, and Crims can't do it either. Bondic with the double kill to hold strong. Quad kill in the round. And oh god, that retake was just successful enough to pull Fnatic all the way in and every weapon taken from them.
Yeah, now it gets really scary, doesn't it? Because they could get completely swept here in the second half. They've spent all of their money into this one. Crims picking up the AWP and just washing it all away.
I don't like that.
No, he got the spawn for middle. Maybe he just wants to take the fight. There's not going to be any, though. Gonna Molotov it off to cancel out the smoke. It's really well done. Is he going to get the chance here? Doesn't look like it. Bondic backing off. He was just there, but this is such a strange game.
Oh, Exist.
He won the fight last time in a very similar fashion. He's going to make the jump on over to the window. Smooth.
Deadfox has all the information, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, if he recognized the sound of it, he probably does, but yeah, certainly checking for it.
Doing his best Crims impression.
Yeah.
He backs away, though.
That could have absolutely worked, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very... It doesn't look like much, but it's actually a great play.
Crims still in that window with the AWP. I mean, I don't see too many AWP highlights from Crims. Oh, that's a big fight to lose for JW. A big fight to win for Crims. Take it all back.
Yeah, especially taking down Woxic. That has to feel greater this time. 45 seconds, and they are going to be coming up connector, you have to imagine, which actually at this stage, think about the trouble that Draken would be in. They have 4 Molotovs left. One of them is used on Draken. That could be the round immediately. Isa, ready and waiting. They're coming in from the other side, though. Smoke, and they just run right through it. 30 seconds, Flusher on the bomb site, ready and waiting, missing the first opportunity. And now they're running out of time right here. He's standing on the fire, Draken, and getting 2 for it, all the way committed. They did Molotov it, and he just ignored it, Moses. Who thought that? Who would have known that would have been the solution?
It came in late, and it's a great play from Draken, but you got to give props to Flusher. That little bit of a peek just to take the attention, just to give away the indication and provide the bait, because I think Draken would have been in some trouble if they weren't focused on kind of wrapping into that bomb site. No one's even checking that. Yeah, you've Molotoved it, but you got to look for what's actually in there. 18-17, and Fnatic have a chance to steal this map away after in an absolutely abysmal, no other way to describe it, first half. They make a massive comeback.
Giving the ult back to Draken.
HellRaisers slowed down. Have you noticed that in this T side in their overtime? Remember how fast they were taking mid control and cat control and connector control? You know, the amount of times they did that really heavy hit towards the B bomb site. Even Fnatic's even worried about that. They've had JW at this B bomb site for all 3 rounds of this OT very early on, just to support exist.
Oh, look at Crims again. He just takes so much initiative. The later the stage goes, the more he just keeps on coming up with ways. He did it on the T side. Now he's pushed single-handedly into apartments. And this is, look at the information. They're gravitating towards this. I swear Crims is just such a smart player.
He is that guy that you feel like just eventually gets to a point in a game where he's just like, F this, I'm done.
Yeah. But, I mean, the mentality is certainly working out. They've got 3 men stacked at the B bomb site. They've got every chance of doing this. They've got the Molotov on Drake and the smoke as well, the AWP. One mistiming here for HellRaisers, and they're going to run through the fire into the rifles here at the B bomb site. This could be a catastrophe, and again, Crims on the other side, but a lot of this has to be credited to him right now. They've got the setup for it. Now, can they actually make their way through? Jumping down into the flame as Exist takes down 2. Fnatic somehow are right back into this. 3 more kills, and they'll steal it away. An absolutely godlike comeback here for the Swedish team. Woxic alone in a 1 versus 4, and somehow they've managed to do it. He's getting a lot of kills here, but 20 seconds left. If they just hide, there's absolutely no way he can get that bomb down. It's just not possible with 15 seconds left, and the flank coming in. He's down on the low ground and looking for it. 10 seconds here, and he's going to tap it once. Shot in the back, 19-17. A miraculous comeback for the Swedish team. I have rarely ever seen anything like it.
Oh my god, that is so crushing for HellRaisers. What a performance from Fnatic. They looked down and out. That was 14-5 to come back and force overtime. And I mean, the T side, they came alive individually. They outplayed them, but they had to battle that whole way back. And the OT was all there. As you could see, they really woke up into this game. And once they got into overtime, I think JW kind of probably crapped their pants at a certain point, and he's just kind of looking at it there on the floor like, what's going on?
Yeah, an absolutely mental game that I can't wait for the breakdown of. So it's going to be the studio catching up with us next. So our analysts are ready. Please take it away for us, Alex.
Thank you so much, Anders and Jason. Yes, we're only going to be quick, but so much to be said. HellRaisers, they start so strong, and it's the second half where we lose the Razors of Hell, and they raise very few rounds. I'm joined by Sean Gares and Sponge to talk about the comeback, and gents, what can you say about that one?
Well, Sean seems to be right about this one, putting faith in the old dogs and their capability to come up big in the tight games, and that's exactly what this game was. It was one where the stars for HellRaisers showed up early and then went absolutely invisible in the later parts of this game. Angel, Bondic, they were doing more of the work when it mattered. You know, you can't be a star player if you can't show up in the important rounds.
Yeah, exactly like Chad said, the opening piss round Voxic gets 4 frags. I'm like, okay, my prediction is going to be really wrong today. He's firing on all cylinders. But once that 14-5 round hit, Voxic only ended that half, the 11-round span, with 3 frags.
3 frags in 11 rounds.
Issa only 6. Ugh. Comparing that to Crims, 15 in that 11 rounds. Crims took over the game at that point. He made so many huge individual plays. Flush actually had several key frags actually in 5 vs 5 scenarios on halls pushes, ramp pushes. I don't know how Fnatic walked away with this one.
Yeah, I mean, Crims did put in such a spectacular performance. He also took to social media prior to this game late last night, about 2 a.m. Of course, playing the first game. He said, laying here so tired, but I cannot sleep, thinking about the future and how much I want to win tomorrow for so many different reasons. There is definitely some gameplay to back up that tweet.
He continues to be the most consistent factor for Fnatic, and that's a positive sign. I think, you know, if you look to these HellRaisers guys, that was the pick of Fnatic. That was the chance for them to take this series 2-0, and they squandered it. No one came up big for them. No one took any risks on the CT side. They were giving up so much map control, and they're playing scared when they had such a big lead.
It's their first major. This is definitely not the first major for Fnatic. I mean, we've got probably the most major trophies on a team in this Fnatic roster, and they're going up against, Woxic and Issa, who are now feeling pressure for the first time like this. This is new to them, and indeed, you do have a demo for us. What did you select?
This was really good play in the first half from the guys from HellRaisers. Now, an AWP was saved on JW, and they knew this. They were doing a faster round change-up, and they were, basically going, if we do a fast round, we can avoid this AWP, or if he's there, we can overwhelm him with utility. You can see the saved AWP on JW. There's enough money for other players on Fnatic to buy, so they've actually opted to go an all-in here. But it doesn't really matter at this point. The smoke wall is going to hit the B bomb site, flashes are going to be cascading over the wall, and this is how they've chosen to deal with the saved AWP, by just going hard into this B site, using that utility to overwhelm the player. There isn't even an AWP there, it's just a UMP, going to get on top of him, and that AWP is locked out. The bomb site is already under control, there's no one else even close enough to do anything, and they just have to save. I just really like the way that HellRaisers addressed and dealt with that problem. A lot of teams would just default and get picked off and try and play, the number advantage against the pistols, but they've just really gone all in and made it quick.
Sean, did you see evidence of just HellRaisers feeling the pressure? It always feels like sweeping statements, but can you see it in gameplay?
Absolutely, and the only rounds they won looking at that second half are the second round Eco. They got the following round. The next round was, I think, the Draken round where he made that jump to catwalk.
Just
and he
lost it.
Over-peaked, so he technically should have won that round. And the other round was the Draken flush at 2v3 where Draken misses a shot clear on the jungle guy.
Oh, yeah.
So they have no real rounds to show in that second half. They felt the pressure. They didn't bring the fight to Fnatic. And it was just... it was a very flat showing on their CT side.
And I have a horrible feeling, a tingle, perhaps, that this is not something you can recover from, Chad.
Yeah, well, the difference is HellRaisers started really high and are now at one of the lowest points. Fnatic started super low, and as we were sitting here waiting for this game to finish, their communication, their cheers after every round got louder and louder, and their confidence in themselves came back. So this is where, you have to look at it and go, do HellRaisers have anything mentally to come back?
It's now or never. It's down to Angel, it's down to Jonta, their coach, to do whatever they possibly can to reset these players. The talent is there on both sides of the server, and if we want a close game, HellRaisers have to reset coming into Dust 2. That's what's coming up next. We'll find out if Fnatic can get themselves that record again, and if Crims can continue to be an attendee at every single top 8 of a major. We'll find out after the break.